feel like it may be done by the end of Q1. We don't know.
You get me, bro. This market might end very, very fast, very, very sharp. Like
Yes,
only real ones know, man, how fast these things end because like people are on TikTok right
100%.
now looking for look for the next trend, spending 18 hours on TikTok. Do
Absolutely.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, nah. Charts is
Uh,
where it's at.
absolutely, man.
Like, let me kick this off. So, guys, if you're seeing, I just started a little casual emergency live stream just to go through some more TA. We've seen that crypto data has been crazy, crazy accurate very recently when we're speaking about things like, first of all, just Bitcoin in general and price action. We're speaking about Bitcoin dominance as well, USDT dominance as well, and some recent trades that we've seen inside the trenches. We've seen so many people winning right now. It's been absolutely amazing. But the momentum important, and we're gonna keep it rocking and rolling. So without a doubt, bro, Data, I'll let you handle it.
All right, man. Hey, Tyrell, always a pleasure to be here. Yeah, so the past, call it 6 to 12 hours have been pretty wild in the markets. Really, I mean, last night or this morning, I was actually looking at the charts and, a lot of people were getting bearish because we were kind of consolidating in Bitcoin around that, 94, 93K level. People were thinking we are going to dump back down. And I was looking at a lot of altcoins because Bitcoin really was the main outperformer. I mean, and it started pushing up and I started seeing it go 97, 98K. And, a lot of people were thinking, when are alts going to start pumping? And so I started doing some deep dive and started looking at different pairs. So I love to look at like the ETH BTC pair, the Sol ETH pair, all the pairs because those are the ones that people usually neglect. They don't
Yeah,
look at those, they don't look at dominance, right? And so that's the ones where I started to look at that and I say, okay, let's see alt strength right now. Because again, people were capitulating on ETH for the second time in a row. They capitulated the first time, it pumped to 3,400, went back down to 3,000, they capitulated again. So I was like, let me see something here. So I pulled up the ETH BTC chart, which I'll go ahead and post that right here. And so I'll go ahead and now it doesn't show it right now, but this candle was actually a reversal candle here. So it started to reverse, and actually let me see if I can real quick. I'll have to see if I can find this in one of our chats real quick, because this is one where I can show everyone a picture so they can actually see what it looks like, because this candle was, the perfect embodiment of a reversal candle. And I think
yeah.
that once everyone saw it, they saw that, hey, I think this is okay, here we go. Here we go. So let me go ahead and copy this. Let me see if I can paste it on this chart here. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Okay, so this was the candle here. So you can see that reversal candle, right? I mean, basically it's like almost like an inverse hammer where you can see all the buying happened on the bottom of the wick. And this is a daily candle, mind you. So there's 24 hours packed into this. And this wick here, I started to see it and I'm like, hey, there's a lot of buying pressure here. And you can see, looking at ETH BTC, I mean, none of the candles were shaped like this, right? And so I was thinking, okay, this is the perfect time to do a fake out, because you literally have everyone capitulating on alts, capitulating on memes, basically saying, Bitcoin's going to go to 100,000, past 100,000, and not really being invested because they're scared when Bitcoin retraces, alts are going to pull down with it. So I thought this is actually the perfect time for alts to just send here, because as you know, the market does what we least expect.
Yes.
And so I saw this and I said, let me start putting on some trades. And this is actually whenever I was posting the trade in the trenches, right? We posted that a couple trades in there where people were immediately up, 18, 20% within 30 minutes. And then this candle actually turned to a full-blown green candle right after that. And we saw coins like Ethereum have this huge green candle from 3,080 all the way up to $3,400 again. And that took a lot of people by surprise. And I think it just begs the fact that you always have to be looking, right? Like you always have to be looking, because I know you mentioned you were at the gym, right? Whenever this was going on.
Yeah, bro. I went out for like what, 2 hours. I come back and I was like, no way did the whole market just pump 10% 2 hours. I was like, right, do you know what it is? That's a lesson there, but I could do press ups at home with the charts open. Like, there's no need.
Yes, exactly. And that's the thing, right? It pumps when you least expect it. And so I think that even if we just look at CoinGecko, so here you can see, Bitcoin's around 98,000, up 3.5%, but Ethereum now is up 7.7%. Even Solana is up 7.1%. And here's the funniest thing too, because I always watch, macro events, see what's going on, and watch, regulations and ETF news and all that. And I
Mhm.
saw that a couple people were filing for a Solana ETF. And this actually was put out right as Ethereum pumped to 3,300. There was this release about potentially a Solana ETF. And so there's obviously still a lot of competition between ETH and Sol, but you can see how, again, all of these alts, heck, even XRP for crying out loud is up 14% today. Dude,
Jesus.
like if that doesn't tell you what's going on right now, and just looking at the gainers, and here's the thing with also, I kind of tie back around, is when you see coins like Ethereum pump, you always got to look for beta plays.
Yeah.
So things such as L2s, right? Optimism pumped 21%, Arbitrum pumped 12%, ENA, Athena, pumped 11%. And so these are the kind of beta plays that end up paying multiples, especially if you're leverage trading, especially if you're, even just spot buying. Because at the end of the day, beta plays are just a higher leverage of the initial play, like Ethereum, like Solana, like Bitcoin, etc. And so I noticed someone was asking on your stream, will Sol reach ETH level? And that's something I don't think it's going to reach Ethereum's level. I think that $1,000 is possible. I think any higher than that, then it's kind of a stretch, right? $1,000, look at that, roughly a 4x. That would actually put it above Ethereum's level. So in that sense, yes, it can reach Ethereum's level. On a dollar cost basis, like 3,000, no. But I think Sol definitely could be in the cards for, I would say conservatively 400, aggressively 1,000. And
Yeah.
so that's what I'm looking at for Solana right now. But yeah. But basically, put a long story short, is just I was looking at the different metrics, looking at ETH BTC, and like we were talking about earlier, USDT dominance, right? That was something that you've been talking to your group about as well.
Bro, this
And
chart here is money, bro. This chart here is absolute money.
yes, I mean just look at that, right? If you scroll out on the weekly, literally look how many times USDT dominance has bounced. And when it bounces, it means people are selling their Bitcoin and alts and getting into stables.
Yeah.
Thus, stable dominance increases. But if it breaks through, that means that people are selling their stables, basically using their stables to buy Bitcoin and altcoins. And now, for the first time in 7 years, we are seeing this candle potentially close below by a significant margin, not just a little bit, but by a significant margin. And the RSI still has a lot of room to go to the downside, right? It's not even oversold yet, just like it was back in earlier this year. So again, we still have a lot of room to run with that. So guys, I think at the very least, we're going to get probably this wick down here. Like I think what would happen is potentially we could see a further wick down, and then maybe here we could see a bullish divergence where the RSI makes a higher low, but price makes a lower low, right? Something like that to
Yeah.
take people out and into the upside, maybe revert and then short-term reversal there. But I don't think the move is done yet. I think that most people still don't know this is even happening. A dominance, USDT dominance is breaking down because they're looking at either Bitcoin dominance, ETH BTC, Sol ETH, or any of the other those pairs.
Yes.
So yeah, this is a big thing, and this is something that basically started it all.
And we have the weekly candle close, which will be the first weekly to close below it as well.
Yes, that's going to mark the basically the catalyst that's going to start alt season, in my opinion. Like once we get the weekly close, that's never happened in the past 7 years, especially by a significant margin. That's the biggest thing. Like if it's super close, like it was here in February of 2021, then okay, maybe you get a little, but you can clearly see it has never actually fully closed below, but bounced plenty of times. So yeah, if it can close like this or lower, I don't think there's any guesswork out of that. I think that's pretty clear cut.
Agreed, agreed, agreed. And walk us through some of the trades that you posted inside of the trenches.
Yeah, definitely. And also before I start that, for anyone who's not in the trenches, make sure you guys join the link. Tyrell's going to have it, description, comments, and you sign up for Blowfin because that's the exchange that we're using. And you're going to get some bonuses. And also you're going to be able to follow us. It's a non-KYC exchange as well. Really one of the best I've seen. And I've met the founder, super cool people, top guys, and they pay money on regulations and compliance. So they'll be non-KYC at least for another 12 to 18 months.
Yeah,
But
it's one of
yeah,
the fastest and easiest exchanges to use worldwide. Like if you just use a VPN, you can use Blowfin, and all you do is you just deposit a bit of crypto over there, and then you can leverage on top of that crypto. So, if you're somebody right now who, even in my position, I was saying today, I was like, bro, I still need to like fucking 20x my entire portfolio. Like I've got big goals to set in such a short amount of time. So even I'm like, whoa, I need to use leverage. I need to be able to leverage plays. Right? I need to be okay. Like, okay, 100 grand, 10x leverage on 100 grand, right? $1 million position. Like these are the types of plays that you have to do at this stage of the market because opportunities start dissipating, right? Eventually, this is why money moves down because everybody keeps missing out and missing out and missing out, and then all of a sudden, all the charts on their all-time highs. So don't fade it before it's too late.
100%, absolutely. Yeah, that's the biggest thing, guys, is you got to take advantage of this opportunity because this isn't going to be around forever. Like you have to have a sense of urgency in this market. Nothing is guaranteed. Anything could happen. World War III tensions again. So that's why you got to capitalize on the hype that we
Literally.
have right now. All these institutions, right? And so it's going to happen quick. And so you definitely got to make sure you put in the time and the work. And start of that is making sure you're on the right exchanges and you're ready for the opportunities when they present themselves, i.e., in the trenches, waiting for those leverage trades. So yeah, first trade we took here was PopCat, and PopCat was one a couple of reasons. One, it's been a strong meme coin. I think if you just look at the daily, I mean, you can see basically since it got listed on Binance, it's more or less been up only, right? And I was looking for coins that had a big pullback, and so the biggest thing was PopCat. One, you could see how much it bounced off of its 50 EMA on the daily, and so I saw that and I said, okay, it bounced again. And then I was looking, I was like, okay, it was near support. Support is just below. And at the time, it was around 152 here. And I was like, hey, I think this could actually pop a lot. And I literally posted the trade in the trenches. And not even 10 minutes, 20 minutes after that, this thing rips all the way to $1.65. Now, for anyone who was able to catch that trade, $1.65 minus 150, I think it was 152 or 53, but we'll say 53 just in case. Divided by 165, times that by 3, because 3x leverage. Guys, it's over 21% that you could have made within literally an hour of us posting that trade in there. And so
Free
I don't think
money.
the trade's done. Like, I think there's still plenty of opportunity. And so also they're actually where is it? It's on Polymarket as well. So they actually are ranked #1 for the most likely coin to get listed on Polymarket. And I can actually pull that up real quick.
Really?
Yeah, so here, let me see. Let's go, let's see. Okay, look right here. Next coin listed on Coinbase, PopCat, 36% chance. And so right now you have this bet going on. Again, volume is starting to come in, and basically a lot of people are looking at this right now. And so that's actually just a good sign in and of itself, is the performance has been so well, and memes have been gaining so much traction that, Binance listing all the memes, now Coinbase next in line, they already listed Pepe and a few others. So that's what caused me to say, hey, I think PopCat could have a good chance here. And I think, this is a good opportunity. So that's why we bought it. I posted about it. And then again, 3x leverage went up 20%. If you would have been 10x leverage, that's already 200%.
And
So,
it's got
or
that
even,
mind
sorry.
share, right?
Yes, it has that mind share too. And that's the thing. You got to look for those strong performers like Bonk, PopCat, right? Like these memes that are strong that have stood the test of time, not these brand new ones that you're not sure if they're going to last or not. And so I think it's a safe bet. I mean, also PopCat's on Solana, right? And so Solana is really big as well. And so I think that just kind of having that mind share as well, and then people always on Solana, And then again, best chance of being listed on Coinbase next. And it was at major weekly or daily support on the 50 EMA. I think it was a no-brainer play here. So yeah, that's why we chose that one. Now, the next one, let's go ahead and bring it up here. See if it'll come up. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So WorldCoin. So WorldCoin is another one we called near around 220 before it had the major wick up to 233. And so the reason I called WorldCoin is because I saw that AI was gaining traction again. And I saw that Sam Altman, obviously you have ChatGPT's birthday, November 30th. Sam Altman's going to continue to tweet about it. And AI, again, with these AI agents, a lot of them are already gaining traction again. Like some of them, like I think Cerebro was at 500 million now. A couple other AI agents are way up there. And so AI is still in the limelight. And with that AI hype, Sam Altman is loosely tied to WorldCoin. Like people associate WorldCoin being his coin. And so I just put two and two together and I was like, okay, AI hype's building. This is at major, daily support for the 100 EMA. And I was like, okay, I think it's worth it at least to put a long in here. So we put a long in there, 220. The thing ended up flying again, literally 30 minutes to an hour after to 233. And you take that, and that's 17% could have made just on 3x leverage alone. And so, and again, with WorldCoin, I don't think it's done either. I still think it has a lot to go, especially as the AI hype continues to build. But that's the kind of trades that we put in here is we try to get you guys at the best entries because you want to look for these pullbacks. You want to look for these major support levels. And there's still plenty of coins that are at these levels right now that we're actually going to be posting about, like today, tomorrow, and for the foreseeable future. Because there's always opportunities, right? And that's why I always like to look for coins that have confluence. The RSI is at a good level. It's at major support, major EMA support, and it has a good narrative going for it. And so that's what you got to be. You got to be disciplined, guys. Otherwise, you're just going to keep losing your money and it's going to be a spiral to zero.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, when you have nice entries where you're instantly in profit, these are the trades which you can just hold. That way you're going to get paid daily. Like every single day, your portfolio is going to be rising exponentially. It's kind of like when you're holding like good meme coins in your portfolio, and every single day, more and more people start speaking about that meme, it starts to grow. Well, it's the same thing inside of trading, which is the reason why I say that you have to leverage both. You have to immerse yourself inside the industry right now, leverage both. You have to be able to learn how to leverage trade as well as trade the meme coins. Why? Well, because when you trade meme coins, what you're doing, especially if you're doing it right, you're risking a small amount of money and you're buying a whole lot of meme coins, which means eventually you're probably going to run out of Solana. Then how are you going to get Solana? Well, you're going to have to sell the meme coins to buy more Solana and then to buy more memes. Then what ends up happening is you end up pulling away from some of your bigger meme coins and you end up losing money long term because you're selling meme coins. So you need to generate some sort of cash flow. Most people get paid by the month. They don't have a business, which is the reason why you have to trade. Because if you don't trade, then you're going to have no money. It's as simple as that. So if you can trade and you can be a profitable trader, then day to day you can have cash flow. You can be like, okay, cool. I can pull out 5 grand, 10 grand out of my trading account, go hop inside the trenches, see what happens. Maybe I hit 100x or 1000x, right? That's the type of system that even I'm using right now. I use the trades.
Exactly.
Exactly, right? I use the trades, I use my account, and then I can bridge over some tokens over onto Solana and see what happens because I don't like really selling my meme coins. Even if I only have $50, $100, you never know what can happen with these things, you know? I'm happy going towards the end of the cycle, not selling half of these things because you never know. One of them is probably going to rip and do 1000x. Like, bro, I did a tutorial video one time. I had $3 in a coin. It did 1000x. I had like 3 grand. I was like, bro, like, what the hell? Like, imagine if I had $50 in it.
Exactly. And that's the thing too, right? Is like with these memes is there's so much opportunity, but you got to be using the right tools. And I know you use Bullex, correct? That's your main tool for memes.
Yeah. So I use Bullex. The reason why I use it is because it allows me to check for bundles. I can check who sniped it. I can track wallets. Like, especially when the new Bullex comes out, and I'm using like Nansen AI with it. it's crazy to see like everything in one platform. It's like, in my opinion, it's the future of trading, because trading on a Telegram bot, it gets messy, man. When I'm using Trojan, or 50, 60 positions inside of my Trojan, I don't know which ones are doing well. I have to open my Phantom wallet to see if my balance is up or down. It's down. I'm like, why is it down? Don't know what I'm doing. It's all long, right? Whereas with Bullex, I can see my individual positions. I can see everything. I can even see their social media, everything in one spot. That's why I prefer Bullex.
And you have like videos and stuff, right, that you made and like you posted them in the trenches as well.
Yeah. So, for a lot of people who don't know, like what are the trenches, right? If I share my screen here, um, you guys will be able to see it. In fact, let me organize this quickly.
And also, I saw someone ask, what does it cost to join the trenches? And yeah, I think Maury just said the trenches are free, but yeah, I'll
Yeah,
let you answer that.
yeah. So the trenches are absolutely free. It doesn't cost a penny to join the trenches. All you have to do is sign up with the links, right? You go through the bot in the description. Once you sign up with the bot inside the description, it will give you access to the server for completely free. That's the beauty of the trenches. It's what you call a freemium. We make money from the affiliate links, full transparency, right? But that allows us to pay to run the trenches, right? We have a full-time server, we have full-time traders, we have technical analysis, which we're getting on board as well. We even have an AI, which we're developing as well, which has cost us already like 20 grand, but it's going to be good. And these are the types of things which it gives you access to. You can see daily market analysis. As soon as Bitcoin hit 98K, you've seen Taz post it as well. You see official calls, right? Where I post like DJing calls, which I'm seeing from tracking wallets. I posted Zoe. Zoe did okay. I think did like a 3-4x. So it was cool. And then TikTok deleted the video. You can see Chatty. Chatty is one of the ones which I'm still bullish on. I think it's going to do very, very well, right? We're less than a week away from ChatGPT's birthday, for example. We see things like Syndog, which is up about 4 or 5x, calls from Leo. Leo also posted his whole entire brainrot portfolio inside of here, which is up like $40,000 on. We can also see official calls, right? These are the calls which I posted underneath right before I went gym. Even I didn't take advantage of it. I said, guys, I was literally traveling. I said, guys, just take the fucking trades, right? I said, take the fucking trades, right? And then as you can see, crypto data posted world in here, which we spoke about at the exact level where we bounced from. You also posted Popcat at the exact level where we bounced from as well. So both of these trades made very good money, and they also post with his reasonings behind these trades as well. So it's not just spamming the trades, we're posting strong trades as well, which is the reason why I think we're almost like 100% on all these trades.
Yeah, no, we haven't missed one yet. Knock on wood.
Win streak, boys, right? Win streak. Only winners
Yeah, I
around
mean,
here.
just scroll up. Just scroll up. All the trades we posted: Render, Spec, Solana, Ethereum, everything's been hitting. Take
Yeah.
profit. Take profit. Take profit.
Do you understand what I'm saying here, guys? Like, this is for free. It doesn't cost any money. All you have to do is wake up, click the button, sign in, don't overcomplicate it, right? And then boom, you're in the trenches, you're making money. Now, this is the Solana server. The Solana server is highly profitable for one. If you look at the leaderboard, we'll see over here that on average we're very profitable, right? I think Fane's bot's like hit and miss sometimes with the leaderboard, but normally we see an average of like 2 to 3x on the calls. We see it here. So we can see, yeah, average. This was 2.7x for yesterday. We can see Saint 52x. This was a call that was already on Solana. It wasn't a pump fund microcap call. We can see Cigar 20x, 16x over here, 9.5x. This is where I get my alpha from. Even last cycle, right? Especially with somebody for me where I'm not at a whale status yet. I would say I'm at like the baby whale status, where it's like the little one, the dolphin status, right? I don't have time to be dialed in trying to find the alpha. So I come inside of here and I just spend half an hour just going through and scanning the memes inside of here. Because, for example, Peanut was called in here at a $1.2 million market cap. It's now 2.7
Oh,
billion at all-time high. Do you know what I mean? Like,
You can't make this stuff up.
do you
The
know what I'm
data's there.
saying? Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
crazy. It's like it's all about your information sources, right? And for me, I look at it like I've got 2,000 information sources inside of here. I can come in here and say, guys, what's the meta right now? What's the moves? What's trending? Right? And I can have 2,000 people. Some of them might be TikTok kids. Some of them might be trench junkies. They know everything that's going on. They got all the charts open. So instead of me having to do it, I can ask inside of here and get the alpha. Right? Remember though, the key thing is there's 171 calls in here per day. Right? So that means that you either have to A, pick your plays correctly, or B, you have to manage your money correctly as well and do small bets. If there's 171 plays on average, that means you need to be listing less than 1% of your account per trade that you make to make sure that you don't blow yourself after one day, right? The next one, Ton channel. Ton channel is for ton meme coins. Ton volume's down right now, but whenever it picks up, these things will be profitable along with your Ethan base. Ethan base, very, very similar, right? Ethan base volume is down right now, but when it picks up, everything moons and it just moons hard, fast in the space of like a few days, right? So it's the same thing. You want to get in these before it's hot. So you should be spending time in your ETH, Ton, and Soul channels, networking, finding out the alpha, finding the moves. And that doesn't mean you put one message in, nobody responds to you, you start crying like, oh my God, whinging, right? Ask a few times. It's a channel. The people are busy. Time zones. It's the bull market. People got things to do. So ask a few times and don't be shy in these channels. Network or communicate with each other. You know, this communication is like a God-given asset for humans. So you're gonna have success. You know. Next is the wins channel. This is where you come and you post your wins. You can see people posting crypto data's wins already. He's up $600 in the PopCap position on 3x leverage, and he's also up $400 on the world position. So he's up $1,000 in the space of 30 minutes, guys. Do you know how crazy that is? Most people earn $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month. This guy's earned $1,000 in 30 minutes, right? The next is plays on like DGen calls. Another one is Solana plays. You can see both TPs hit from the Solana call. You can see Solana's at 250 right now. Boom, boom, boom. All three TPs hit. The long position was from all the way down here at $210, right? People are making money right now. You can see Taz is up 62% on WhaleCoin, 66% on Ponky, 87% on Ethereum on 10x leverage, right? The money right now is flowing, absolutely flowing right now, and all you have to do is jump in and take action.
Absolutely. And that's again what all the people need to do, and that's why we're telling you guys, hey, look at all these calls, because there needs to be a sense of urgency. And I think again, people are thinking this bull run's going to be here forever, and that's not the case. This bull run could end at the end of Q1,
Yeah.
at the end of March next year, right? There's nothing guaranteed says it's going to go till October now. Obviously, there's a lot of catalysts, but
Yeah.
I just to stress the fact that you were saying, one, having proper risk management, especially with memes, because those are extremely volatile, even more so than leverage plays, I would argue, because the levels aren't as clear cut as far as support resistance. They're not as respected, I should say, on memes as they are with the actual utility plays. And so that's why we post both in the trenches, because there's a little something for everyone. Some people don't want to take that risk of meme coins and like, okay, let me just do a little leverage play. Cool, we got something for that. Some people want to do both. Cool, we'll do something for that. Some people just want to trade spot. Cool. Like whatever your flavor is, we have it in the trenches, and it's literally free for you guys. And there's more alpha than just that. Like Tyrell was just saying, there's things for ton. There's things for every sector. And so we help you guys out as much as possible. Again, we answer questions in there. There's a lot of alpha callers in there. And we're guys just trying to make your lives as easy as possible while also educating you and helping you stay safe, because there's so many scams, in this whole space. So it's good to be in a group that actually has a lot of intelligent people in it, and people that actually want to help versus people that just want to take from you. So, and I think that's a testament to Tyrell and his group, because there's a lot of giving, and you provide a lot of free data for what most people would pay 1, 2, or even 3 Ethereum for.
Yeah, most people do like you could do a mastermind and end up in the groups like this. Do you know what I mean? And like all of that stuff is great, but it's expensive for the average person, right? So with this, if you take advantage of it, you're going to have a lot of success, and you're probably going to have a lot of fast success, right? So before we close off this stream, as we're approaching like the half an hour mark, Um, One thing I'm interested in, and a lot of people want to know about, is XRP, right? What is your thoughts on XRP? How high do you think that this thing can go? That
Wow,
chart
it's
is
132
nuts.
right now.
Yeah, that chart is nuts. Bro, I can't believe I listened to people in the chat. I posted like weeks ago. Weeks ago, I remember I was in Bangkok. I was like, "Boys, what do you boys think about XRP?" Everyone's trying. Leo comes in the chat trashing it. I was like, "Nah, fuck it." Then I would leave it. XRP is a stable coin. XRP is a stable coin. This thing's
Yeah.
going vertical, boys.
Look
Crazy.
at that.
Looking
Look
like
at that.
Dogecoin.
Looking like Dogecoin, exactly. And I think one of the there was also, yeah, there's like a broken a long-term trend line as well. But so yeah, to answer your question about XRP, so there's a couple things that happen when XRP pumps. And for anyone who hasn't been in space for a long time, I've been in since 2017. Tyrell's been in for a long time. Usually when XRP pumps, that's a sign that retail is in,
Yes.
right? Retail has come back and they're starting to buy those cheap coins in the top 10. And XRP looks very attractive when it was below $1 and you had coins like Ethereum, Solana, BNB, ton, right? Over, $5 or more. And so that's why when the normies are in. Now, what happens after XRP pumps is you see that liquidity shift over to Ethereum and then shift over to the rest of the utility plays. So I
Yes.
was doing some research on it. It happens, I would say 80% of the time as it goes from XRP to ETH to the beta plays. And so that's what we're seeing now. And XRP is still making local highs, right? It's not like it topped out and it's going down. So that tells you the opportunity is still ripe for this altcoin rotation. And so looking at some important levels for XRP, I would say where it's at right now, this 132 is a very important level because look, the last time it reached that was in September of 2021, August of 2021, and also November of 2021. So this is a very, very big level here of resistance. And so if XRP can break above, I'd look for its next at 156 and then 195. And actually, if we go, let's go to the Bitstamp chart. So, and then I'll let you guys know my price targets. But yeah, here we go. So this was another thing I drew back in the day. Is look at this weekly trend line or this weekly resistance,
That's
right?
crazy.
Like you had XRP kind of break it and then bounce off it and then go and then bounce off it here and it just exploded. And then it went above all three of its EMAs. And so kind of similar to USDT dominance in a way. But yeah, for XRP, like after it passes 132, you got 156, and then the local high of 196, and obviously you have the all-time highs near 3. Now, this cycle, I definitely think we could see XRP at all-time highs again, around that 330 mark. Any higher than that, it's going to be hard to say. Just because, I mean, obviously we talked about unit bias, right? And people wanting to buy cheaper coins.
Yes.
So what's cheaper than XRP now in the top 10?
People want to start looking for AVAX like level type moves.
Yeah, so right, so you even got AVAX level type moves. Unit bias wise, you even have Cardano or even Dogecoin. Doge is going to be a play that's going to be over $1 this cycle.
Yeah,
And so,
I think Doge goes to 120.
mhm,
120 is my personal TP. I hit 120. I make like 1.2 million from like 200 grand investment. So that's Gucci.
very nice.
Beautiful
Yeah.
play, right? Then we rotate into gaming or something like this, like when people start getting really leveraged,
Hmm.
right? Um,
Exactly.
yeah, unit
100.
bias is a massive thing because when I first came into this space, I didn't know what market cap was, right? How do you know what
Hmm.
market? You're not taught that in school. People ain't thinking. You're not
Yep.
thinking like, oh, what's market cap? You're thinking, oh, can this thing go to $10? Like, oh my god, I've got a million coins.
Exactly. If this just goes to 1 penny, I'm going to be making, a lot of money. Yeah.
Exactly.
100%. That's why you have coins like Shiba Inu in the top 13. I mean, that's crazy to see. SHIB is nearly, almost in the top 10 now. You have Pepe ranked 22 now. Like these are kind of where the market's going bonk, right? Like all of these memes right now, this is retail. buying these because one, they're relatable, two, they're on Coinbase, three, they're cheap, i.e. unit bias. And so you have all these different factors coming into play, and you can literally see the rotations as they happen. And if you study history in the past cycles, study what happened after XRP pumped. See what happened to Ethereum. See what happened to Doge. See what happened to all these other coins afterwards, right? And like Tyrell said, AVAX with GameFi, like Gunzilla is going to launch next month. They're going to launch a token next month. They're going to be out of beta next month. The biggest game in Web3 with a lot of Web2 players talking about it, like Ninja, Shroud, all these popular streamers. And so I think AVAX still has a lot of room to run. Which you talked to Tyrell, we mentioned this in the trenches
Yep.
at $29.
Yep.
So people are still up big on that. But yeah, I mean, going back to XRP, yeah, I do think it's going to reach all-time high. I don't know how much higher it's going to go with that because usually when XRP rotates, it doesn't come back. I mean, usually that money flows elsewhere and it just stays elsewhere. So I would just look at, again, the past rotations, see what's happened. I mean, you can even layer on, like if you really want to get technical with this, you can even layer on like ETH's price and like you know what I'm saying? So like look what happened here. After XRP pumped, look, a little bit longer and then boom, ETH pumped, right? And so look,
Oh,
XRP
fascinating.
pumped here, right? And then a little bit longer, boom, ETH pumped a lot more. Like so, and even here, right? When XRP ripped, like see XRP ripped, and then literally look, 2 weeks later, boom, ETH literally ripped higher. Like literally 2 weeks later. So that's the thing is when that money rips, like even here, XRP pumped, and then look at ETH, boom, ripped as XRP went back down. And so that's what people have to be looking at is you got to be looking at how coins react afterwards, where the rotation lies, all that stuff. And so we're seeing ETH rip. I could see something like this on Ethereum where you go something like, okay, maybe 2 weeks, and then boom, like ETH just takes off again, right? While XRP does its little like, whatever you want to call it, like kind of bleed over.
It fizzles out while you
Yeah, it
have
fizzles out.
a lot of YouTubers farming your engagement, telling you that XRP is going to the moon, which is the most
Mm-hmm.
important part, right? We're not doing
Yep.
that. We're showing you guys the plays on the market. Somebody asked, how can you trade with us? It's very easy for how you can trade with us. Links in the description. You join the trenches. It's in the description. You click the button. In fact, I'll even show people because sometimes it gets confusing when you're on the mobile or something like this, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I was actually just buying more ETH on Blowfin. I was like, yeah, fuck it.
Love
Right.
it.
So you go to the description. You see here it says join the trenches, right? This is obviously on a different video, but this is no different to this video. You click join the trenches membership bot. Once you click this, it's a bot. It's going to ask you, okay, sign up to these things, all the different ones. So actually sign up to the Ton Telegram bot. It's going to ask you to sign up to Blowfin. It's going to ask you to sign up for Bullex, for example. All these things are tools which you are going to need, and you're going to learn how to use them inside of the trenches. Once you're inside, then it will give you access to Traders. You'll get quote unquote signals and market analysis on how you can actually use that information, and you can decide on what you want to do with that information.
Exactly. And people can see here Blowfin futures, like they're already ranked 30 now on futures, and you can see they have basically, you know, every coin you could want. I mean, they're trying to add as much as possible. So it's not like they don't have any coin. And so yeah, they even got Slurf, which was recently listed, I think on potentially another big exchange. But yeah, like see, so they always have a lot. So whatever you guys want to trade, like it's here. And then with that, yeah. So that's the thing, like we were saying, you just got to study rotations, guys, because at the end of the day, the market moves in rotations, different narratives, different trends. So you got to keep track of if something's pumping a lot, don't necessarily look to buy it, right? Unless there's a reason to. Like Ethereum, it's just now breaking out, right? This is just getting started. And so it's going to go a lot higher from here. First resistance is 3,500, then 4,000, then 4,800, then 8K probably. So the thing is, once XRP is pumping now, okay, what is underperforming, right? What's underperforming? What's the narrative of that? Is that going to outperform? And that's what we look at in the trenches. We find coins with good support levels, good narratives, good catalyst, and then we post the trade at low leverage so that you guys aren't getting wrecked on liquidations. And then from there, we just enjoy the profits.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to rotate your money as well. If you've made a bit of money on XRP, even though, yes, you waited a long time for this, you have to remember by the time things hit all time highs, that's the end of the market. End of the market, my friend. It doesn't go like all time highs, crazy, crazy higher after that. It goes all time high, fizzles out, everyone says higher, and then we all get wrecked, right? That's how the market works. So you have to think, yes, you might make a lot of money when certain things get to all time highs, but then you have to think, what is everybody else doing? Everybody else is rotating their money after all time highs. They're gonna go move from one high to another high, right? And that's how
100%.
things work. So play with the rotation.
100%. And that's what you got to do. Play with the rotation, find those narratives, capitalize on them, find your good entry, and then enjoy the profits. Someone asked me if I could look at Georgie, so I'm just really quick TAing it for him. Yeah, guys, the thing with these meme plays is attention is something that's very hard to get, but very easy to lose.
Wow,
So
great quote.
once you, right, just came up with it right now. So once, literally, once you have something like Georgie, for example, monkey taken by police. Okay, people are expecting Elon to tweet about this because he was tweeting about Peanut, tweeting about all these other things. They're trying to find the next Peanut. So they're looking for all these animals that were taken or killed or anything like that. And so we saw this pump with Georgie, and then we saw it fizzle out. And so, but people are still holding on, thinking that narrative is going to continue. But like, it's already moved on. It moved on to the mascot meta, to the TikTok meta, like, and now we're even maybe approaching AI again and getting away from a few memes. But like, these rotations happen so quick, so you can't get married to your meme coin bags. Like
Yeah,
Tyrell says, you got to be able to rotate. If someone's pumping a lot, take some of those profits. Cool, put them in the next play, right? Just capitalize, compound those gains because it's not about how much you make; it's about how much you keep. So you got to be able to compound those gains, but also be able to secure those profits and save that money so that you have money to invest in the next play because you never know what's going to pop off. So you got to always have some dust ready, some extra capital ready so that you're ready for these next plays. So all that in saying, I mean, Georgie's basically it's it doesn't look too good, but honestly, if you're bullish on it, if they have some catalyst or anything, like yeah, 1.45 mil seems to be the support level here because you can see it wick down here and it bounced off it here. So potentially you could say maybe we could see it near 7 mil, but that's a stretch. I wouldn't be trading this because there's not a lot of attention on it right now. The volume is still somewhat good, which again, there is some glimmer of hope there. But yeah, guys, just make sure you're managing your risk accordingly. You're not betting the farm on this stuff. Anything you invest in memes, expect to lose it, especially with ones that haven't really been in the limelight for the past week, right? So yeah, that'd be my biggest thing for anyone looking at older memes.
yeah, and when it comes to these meme coins, that's the reason why we follow a gambling strategy because meme coins is gambling. Doesn't matter what anybody says, and for any win that you see, there has been 1,000 losses. So for any person that you see is like, oh my god, I made 10 grand, believe me, they have probably lost 20 grand, right? So you have to remember that when you come into this space, you're coming into a space of high intense risk. Ain't nobody gonna cut you. You can have those guys on TikTok cut you, but we're not gonna do that round here. We're just gonna give you the truth. And that is the truth of it. It's a matter of that it's high risk, but it is high reward. So that's just the matter of fact. You have to depend on it. You can't marry the bag. You're running out of money, you can't marry the bag, right? You just have to be like, right, boom, can't marry that these ones, right?
Yeah,
And keep it
100%.
moving.
Exactly. And I know we're going to end the stream soon. Saw one more person. A lot of coins. Real quick on Brett. It's not doing too bad. Again, the base ecosystem is probably going to still gain traction, especially because it's known as a normie-friendly chain with the
Hmm.
Coinbase Smart Wallet and the UI that Coinbase is continuing to improve with their interface. But yeah, for Brett, I mean, not bad support near 1.5 bill, resistance near 1.8. Again, the only thing with Brett is it is such a high market cap coin. So we're talking about getting on, some of these. I mean, you could trade technically on leverage if you want. But yeah, usually for memes, we're looking at, some smaller cap ones. But yeah, if you're looking at holding Brett long term, I would say 1.5 bill isn't bad. And then 1.4 and potentially 1 point, call it 1 billion would be really, really good if you can get it down there. But yeah, I haven't been paying much attention to Brett, to be honest, just because it had its hype. I think there's other plays on base that have a lot more potential, like Dog and Me, like Keycat, technically even, even Miggles, right?
Yep.
That's been rumored to be listed on Coinbase, or at least affiliated with them when they removed that in their bio, that they weren't affiliated. So yeah, so there's a lot of better plays in my opinion that can earn a lot more multiples than Brett could.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those ones where it's like, look, you know, the only time I'm touching Brett is if I'm trading at leverage. It's just too big right now to look
Yep.
for, yeah, 20 billion is possible, but it's improbable, um, with so many different factors out there. So in my opinion, you have to look at all the things like, look, Murad was screaming fucking 80 billion for SPX. SPX is down still. Right, right. So, like,
Hundred percent,
do you know what I mean?
dude.
Like, nobody
Look, yeah.
cares.
No, it double topped and then it just went down only, and so it's at resistance right now. Like, yeah, I mean, you said it perfectly. Like, you have all these influencers yelling, to the moon. But at the end of the day, this is an attention game. Attention is the most valuable currency, and you got to find out where it's at. Now, props to Murad because this guy bull posted SPX from what, below 50 mil all the way up to 890 mil. So like, good for him on that. But again, as a meme coin gets higher, you got to ask yourself, okay, does this have the legs? Does this have the attention to continue? Is this going to stay in the limelight? Is there a reason for it to continue? Or are other memes just going to steal the show? I.e., these AI agent memes have been going crazy. Like, even like Tyrell, he's saying he's big into Doge because the richest man in the world talks about Doge and has a government that's going to be named the Department of Government Efficiency, and news organizations are going to be talking about it every single day. And so that attention is what's going to send Doge to over $1. Pepe, it's the biggest meme ever. It's an OG. It was made a couple years, I think, prior to Doge or after. And so that stood the test of time. So that has that mind share that we always talk about. Is coins that have mind share, cool. But if it's something that's just kind of come up, in the past maybe 6 months, it got big again. Then you got to ask yourself, well, this doesn't have history on its side. So it doesn't quite have as much mind share. Now, granted, there's a cult community, but that's where you just have to risk, hedge your bets accordingly. Like, the safer plays are obviously Pepe and Doge. SPX is a little riskier. You do get better return. But again, you need to manage your risk accordingly, manage your capital accordingly. Maybe you're going to bet, 5% of your capital in SPX versus like 20 or 30% like you would with Doge. So,
Exactly, exactly. Another narrative that you touched on there with these AI agents, and stuff like that. I feel like that's going to come into the limelight very, very heavy, very, very soon. So if you're somebody that is watching this right now, make sure that you get inside the trenches and you start asking each other, right, guys, what AI agents are there? What's A16Z's portfolio? Right? If you don't know what A16Z is, you're already behind, right? You have to think, okay, what other movers and shakers is it? ChatGPT's birthday coming soon. Okay, that's another AI narrative. So I think there's going to be a lot of volume in meme coins finally very, very soon, because there hasn't yes, there's been volume, but there's only been a very few runners. Sometimes when you get inside the trenches, everything's pumping, everything's flying. So we're going to get back into that space, in my opinion, very, very shortly.
yeah, 100%. 100%. And I just noticed this one, peanuts for squirrel, 349%. Like, some of these memes come out of nowhere, right? And they just rip. I mean, mad. You remember meeting the team in Singapore, right?
Yep, 30%. Crazy,
Yeah, 30%
crazy.
now, and it's been basically over the past 7 days or a month. It's been going pretty crazy, right? And so like, these are the things where, like Tyrell's saying, guys, like memes, there will always be a need for memes because people will always be greedy and they will always want quick returns fast. Like, you can't hide that. And the narrative for memes will always be there because now you have people like Murad who are constantly pushing memes, right?
Yes.
And so that's something different where you didn't really have necessarily a main character pushing memes that hard. You had a few here and there, but like, now you have people like Ansem, one of the main CT characters. He pushes Whiff, but obviously he posts a lot of other memes like Michi and others. You have, people like Murad who's posting about, all these other different memes. You have people like Tyrell who's very good in the meme space. Obviously, TCAT is going to do well. and he's an expert on memes, so he's talking about it. He's becoming a big influencer in the space, and so like that mind share is already there now, and it's not going anywhere. And so now, if you have that, and you have the tools like BullX, you have the tools like Blowfin to leverage trade these memes. Like now, there's no reason why you shouldn't be successful and why you shouldn't be able to capture some of these returns in a safe way by being in the trenches, by actually making sure you have proper risk management. And at that point, you're able to capitalize on it, and you're not going to be used as exit liquidity like 95% of CT.
Facts. And we'll be here to tell you the bottoms. We'll also be here to tell you the tops. So when the tops start coming in, guys, we're going to tell you when this thing starts getting toppy. And to be honest, I can't wait for it, because I can't wait to see the comments from the mini experts. Everybody's made their 10 grand. Try to tell us what's popping up. Like, bro, when we finally get to, like, I would say March, April times, and we have that first time where shit starts getting rocky, that's going to be the time where it's going to go. Dr. Z says something about TSE, half my portfolio. Well, the reason why it was half your portfolio first time was because TSE did a 4,000x. So that's probably the reason why it was half your portfolio. And don't lie, it was all of your portfolio, and it probably 100x your portfolio. So you had to decide whether you took profit. You probably didn't take profit. That's your problem, bro. This is how it is. So with TSE and TCAP, there's two projects, and they're both on ton. So the question I ask you is, what would you do? In my opinion, I'm sticking with TCAP, because TCAP's the better narrative. It has the better community. The raiders are better. Everything is better. But with TSE, it's all about ton and ton season. And as you can see right now, it just ain't ton season right now. Like, ton struggling, not forever, but
Yeah.
right now it's shaky, right? Look at everything else. XRP ripping to all-time highs. Dogecoin ripping to all-time highs. Solana almost at all-time high. Ethereum just pumped a 10 or 20% fucking candle, right? Tron flying, right? Sui won't even stop. AVAX, I don't know what AVAX is doing. AVAX is probably on the same stage as Ton, right? So that means that you just have to wait for it. That's all I can say. You just have to wait for it. You just have to wait for Ton season.
Yeah, because Ton was recently listed on BitHum, a Korean exchange, and so the attention is still there. Like
Yep.
the team is still putting work in the background, but there still needs to be better organization. There still needs to be a few more catalysts. A few more things they need to work on before they really catch on, like a lot of these other top chains. And so I think it's coming, but like Tyrell said, it's just going to take a little while you have attention on these all these other chains, while people are DJing memes on Solana, on Base, etc. Like, you may have to wait a little bit and then see what happens with Pavel and everything. So yeah, that's why it pays to diversify, and you can't have all your eggs in one basket. And like Tyrell said, you got to be taking profits along the way, guys. You could be making 5, 10, 100x, but it means nothing until it's realized.
Exactly. So with that being said, guys, I appreciate every single one of you. You now understand a lot about TA. You understand about the different markets that's going on. You understand about Ethereum. We spoke about Dogecoin. We spoke about XRP. We also spoke about a lot of other tokens out there. We even spoke about Popcat as well, and some of the great trades that's going on inside the trenches. Make sure that you check out Crypto Data's channel. You can find that the link for that is inside of the description. You'll learn more about the markets in general. You need these types of assets. You need these types of information. So just make sure that you go in the description and you follow Crypto Data. Thank you very much for coming to the channel, bro. And hey, we'll have to do another one. Maybe one tomorrow. Sometime this week.
Hey, definitely, man. Let me know. We'll push out this content for everyone and provide them a lot of useful info. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you, bro. Peace.